up, everybody? I have a story for you guys today. And first of all, excuse my camera. My little car piece is kind of being a little funny with me today, but we're gonna work it out. And I need to go ahead and get this out because I do not want to forget what happened today. So today I decided to drive an hour and 30 minutes away from home to go and show some houses. Woo! And I'm out here in Waxahachie, right? So I go and I'm trying to be proactive. I'm trying to be that realtor that gets there early, sanitizes and, cuts on all the lights, open all the doors, so that when my client comes, she just walk on in, walk on out, right? So on the showing instructions, it said that the lockbox was on the back door, but that's it. So mind you, lockbox is on the back door, okay? Cool. So I go, I'm walking on the side of the house, get to the backyard, see the lockbox, open the door. So I have the key and I have the little lockbox thing with me. And so I'm by myself. So of course I'm like, well, you know what? I'll just lock this back door for right now. And then I'll have my client come through the front door. And then when, she leaves, I'll lock that and then I'll just come out the back, right? Okay, cool. So I go around the house and I do like, a little video demo, whatever. I always try to record just in case like later on clients be like, oh, I can't remember what it looked like or whatever, So I'm like, okay, well, it's about time. It was a little, after about the time my client was to arrive. So I'm like, well, let me check, outside. So I go and I open the front door. And when I open the front door, I just step outside, just kind of, looking. And the wind blows. So like the door ends up shutting behind me, right? Well, I'm thinking no biggie because I know I didn't lock the front door. Yeah. Why? I turn around and go back in the house. The door is locked. So I'm like, okay. Now I knew the handle on the door was kind of messed up, right? And that's why I was like, oh, they didn't put the lockbox on here because the lockbox doesn't have anywhere to hang on the front door. Okay, cool. But I didn't know the door was messed up. Like the door is messed up. So I'm like, ha ha ha. I know this ain't happening to me today. We're going to try this again. So I'm trying to get in the the front door. So I'm like, okay, Sesame, just go to the back door, right? All right, cool. As I'm walking to the back door, I'm like, well, Sesame, you locked the back door. And just so happened, while I was doing the video and when I went to go check on my client, I had the key on the counter. The usual people keep the key in their hand. The only reason why I put it down is because I was trying to get a good video angle or whatever and not just have so much stuff in my hand. And I didn't want to lose anything. Because there was a time where I lost the key. I'll talk about this story another time. But anyways, so I was like, you know what? We're going to just set it right here in this central location. Blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, oh my God, this back door is locked. So I'm like trying to call the agent or whatever. Agent wasn't picking up the phone or whatever. So I'm like, okay, Sesame, just think. So I'm about to get ready to go back to my car. And I'm trying to get out the gate in the backyard. And the gate done locked on me. So, of course, it got like the little latch on the front or whatever. So when the wind caused the door of the gate to slam back, it locks me in the backyard. So not only can I not get in the house, I can't get in the backyard. So I'm like, oh my God, what is going on? Like, what's happening? I'm like, oh my God. So I'm like, okay. It ain't no sticks or nothing back here where I can try to kind of play with this lock a little bit. Like, I'm just like, okay. This don't happen to nobody but me. This don't happen to nobody but me. So I'm talking to my client or whatever. I'm like, bro, I know you're late and I don't care. I just need you to make sure that you don't go to the second location. Come to the first location because I'm still here because I'm locked in the backyard. And she's like, what? I'm like, yes, just come get me. Just come help me. Just come get me. So she gets there, she arrives, and by the time she's there, I've talked to the agent. The agent was like, hey, I don't have an extra key. I'm like, okay. She's like, well, I would come get you, but I can't because I don't have an extra key. So I'm like, okay. And then she goes, well, you know what, honey, don't feel bad because it happened to another agent before too. And she called AAA. And I was like, okay. She's like, you got AAA, don't you? And I was like, no, not necessarily exactly AAA, but, you know. She was like, well, AAA came out and did it for free. And I was like, so this happened to somebody before. And I was like, okay. And I said, well, you know, going forward, you may want to just make sure that you put on the showing instructions that the front door does not door. Sorry. The front door does not work at all. Period. Don't touch it. Don't open it. Don't do nothing with it. Just don't even look at the front door. The front door does not work. Okay? That's what you want to put online, you know? And then you want to like make sure you put it with exclamation points so that people do not continue to get locked out. What you mean this happened to another agent before? Y'all can't put a little sign on the door? Out of service? Not available? Closed? I don't care. Just put a sign on the door. So I'm like, Lord, I can't believe this. So I called my husband. I'm like, bro, I'm panicking, but I'm not panicking, but I am panicking. And he's just like, you know what? Just, you know, just take time, just breathe, think through. And I'm like, man, I'm going to have to jump this gate. But my client ended up getting there, and she helped me out. And, yeah, that was my day. And I thought I had a cute little something. So I'm hot. I throw a filter up on this thing here because, I don't want y'all to see me sweat. This is ridiculous. It's funny now. I was laughing then too because I'm just kind of goofy. But I was just like, this don't happen to nobody but me. Why am I locked out of this house? I'm like, girl, I'm late to my second appointment and everything. Like, what is happening here? I just don't understand that. I bet ain't no other realtor that got locked out. And then I had to pay the locksmith. So I paid the locksmith and I'm just gonna charge that. And just, you know, the Lord always sees you through. He always gives you what you need. And, you know, whatever. So now I'm trying to hurry up and head home. Pretty much during traffic hours. So I can meet my husband so he can make sure he can get my daughter to soccer practice on time. And I just, you know, but it's all going to work out, right? It's all going to work out. This is the joys of real estate, right? Because everybody think it's just all glitz and glam. You know what I'm saying? Like I got a chauffeur or something. And I'm over here paying for Tahoes and stuff. No, not yet. But when I do see why. Baby, I do see why. Cause listen, all these miles I'm driving, and the gas.
Take exit 418B to merge onto I-20 East Church Street.
Okay, I know how to get home, girl. So, anyways, so yeah, I just want to share that with y'all. That I literally got locked out of a house today, and the agent did not have a spare and was not able to come help me, and didn't even volunteer to come help me, knowing that this has happened before to other people. And you know, of course, my client was like, girl, you need to hit her up and like make her pay. But I think I've come to a point now where I'm like, I just don't feel like arguing with people. So I don't know, I'm gonna figure out a nice way to submit something over and just kind of be like, hey, can you kind of reimburse me? I don't know, maybe I won't say nothing. I don't know. Y'all can drop what y'all think I should do in the comments, if you would like. But again, this is Ses The Realtor coming to you with a little story time. And if you guys could, please like, please subscribe. And also, could you follow me on IG at Ses, S-E-S-T-H-E, Realtor, R-E-A-L-T-O-R, Realtor, not Realtor, Realtor, Ses The Realtor. And I would greatly appreciate that. You can also go on like my Facebook page at Sesame Morrison, Realtor. And that would just be greatly appreciated. I would just really love that from you guys. So, hopefully you got a good laugh. Sorry about my big old arm. I got to get over though. I'ma holla at y'all. See you when I see you. Peace.